bagatangira sanctions, James Kabarebe, sanctions, officers, sanctions for what? You are just foolish, absolutely foolish.
Department of the Treasury announced sanctions targeting Rwanda's military and 4 senior officers, accusing them of providing operational support to the M23 movement. Washington says the armed group has seized large areas of territory in the mineral-rich eastern Congo, advances it believes were made possible through Rwandan backing. Among those sanctioned is Vincent Nyakarundi, the Army Chief of Staff of the Rwanda Defense Force, along with 3 other senior commanders. The United States says the rebel group has been responsible for serious human rights abuses, including violence against civilians. Government spokesperson Yolande Makolo says the sanctions misrepresent the reality of the conflict and unfairly target Kigali. Meanwhile, the government of the Democratic Republic of Congo has welcomed the move, calling it a strong signal in support of its territorial sovereignty. Meanwhile, tensions are also emerging among Western allies after U.S. President Donald Trump criticized the United Kingdom for refusing to support offensive strikes against Iran. Trump says the relationship between Washington and London is not what it was after British Prime Minister Keir Starmer declined to allow British bases be used for attacks on Iran.
Mr. Speaker, it is important for me to say that our bases in Cyprus are not being used by US bombers.
Starmer has defended the decision, saying the United Kingdom does not support what he described as regime change from the skies.
Mr. Speaker, the United Kingdom was not involved in the initial strikes on Iran by the US and Israel. That decision was deliberate. We believe that the best way forward for the region and for the world is a negotiated settlement.
However, London says it will continue allowing its bases to be used for defensive operations to protect allies in the Gulf. The disagreement comes as tensions across the Middle East continue to rise following US and Israeli strikes inside Iran and Tehran's retaliatory attacks across the region.
Just a few months ago, we saw a Rwandan president and a Congolese president going to America to sign their peace dialogue agreements. And many Africans came out bringing different reactions. Why did they have to do this? Because at this time, we know that every time African country is having or facing any problem, they are running to the foreign countries to go and explain their problems, feeling or hoping that they are going to end their conflicts, they are going to bring peace. So what the African leaders don't know is that they are the one who are making the African problem to be bigger and to be worsened every day. Because the same people that we are running to go and ask or seek for the peace agreements, they're the same people who caused these problems to Africa. That's what we know. These are the same people who caused these problems to Africa. Because today the people of Sudan, the people of Congo, they are today living this kind of life of miseries, of crisis, of violence, of everything, because there are some people who started the war in the country of Congo. The Congolese people never just started to fight themselves, but the war was cooked somewhere else. It was fueled by some from Washington, from Paris. There are some people. They are the same people who came to cause all this violence, all this crisis that is happening in African countries today. Because today, the majority of Congolese today people are living like refugees in Africa, just going around African countries, some just going around the diaspora countries, because their country is not at peace. The country is always facing this violence, crisis and violence. Now, when Rwandan President Kagame and Congolese president went to sign the peace talk agreement in the United States of Africa, we felt like maybe something is going to change. Something is going to happen, maybe which will bring the peace and make the people of the country of Congo to live in peace. But now today things are happening in different way, because after that agreement signing, immediately we saw Rwandan president starting to quarrel with the American president, Mr. DJT, because what America was trying to demand from the country of Rwanda, it was not impossible according to the president of Rwanda himself. It was not impossible. And what has happened just the last night, it is something that is so shocking, because America has just decided to put sanction on Rwandan army. The entire Rwandan army is under sanction, and the president himself has been added to the list of sanctions.
Bagatangira sanctions, James Kabarebe sanctions, officers sanctions for what? You are just foolish. Absolutely.
So what does this mean to the African countries? Because this is not all about the war or about the agreement signing, all about it, but this is because Rwanda has failed or has declined to bow before America. When this agreement signing was being done in America, we saw Donald Trump himself coming out to say that he's going to send the American companies, the American mineral companies, to come and be established in the country of Congo, so that they can exploit those minerals, like resources, all these golds. And this is not all about, he explained that this is not all about exploitation, but it's all about the trade and partnership. Because when he sent his the great factories or companies to come and exploit these minerals, they are going to benefit both sides. They are going to benefit because they are going to buy these minerals. But how can you benefit in a mineral that you are not the one that controlling? Because once these companies are in the country of Congo, they're the one who are mining these resources. They're the one who are refining these resources. So they're the one who will be controlling these resources to the global market. So this means that the resources of this country will not be controlled or will not be enjoyed by the government of Congo, but it will be used and enjoyed by the country of America. That's what he said. And they just went on, they signed the agreements. And this like they were trying to bring something new to the country of Congo, whereby the Congolese were not aware of what is happening. Now, today, what has just happened in the country of Rwanda, this is something that gives us a clear picture of what a neocolonization is and what was the interest of America to the African countries. It was not all about help. It was not all about development, not all about a partnership, but it's all about exploitation and neocolonization, so that they can continue benefiting and from the exploitation to the African continent. But at this time, the Africans are awake, but the African leaders are the ones who are not awake. That's why we are facing all these crises. But now, Rwandan president just said that he's not going to entertain any foreign influence in his country. That's why today he's facing all these sanctions that's happening in the country of Rwanda. Let me have yours in the comment section. What do you think about this video? Maybe blessed where you're from. Thank you for tuning in the Black History, where we discuss the untold stories. Be blessed and peace out.